Welcome back, everybody. Derrick Sue, your East Oakland advocate. Well, today I want to talk about the folks that come to the free food pantry here, and it's interesting. A lot of folks, they're hungry, and they come here for the food that's being distributed, and this is all really good stuff. We have a majority comes from a local Safeway, and these are all items which they normally would be throwing away for a loss, zero. But by making this a donation to help the community, they're able to write off the 100% shelf price as a donation. So for the corporation, that's a big tax credit, so to speak, because they're allowed up to 10% of their revenues, and so it could be substantial. But anyway, a majority of the people, a lot of folks are saying, well, why are the homeless people in the programs, don't attend these programs? Well, number one, it's very difficult for them to get to because a lot of folks don't have reliable transportation, and then they may be in a location that is not easily accessible from public transportation like AC Transit, or they're not near a BART station. But probably the most important thing that I want to say about the free food pantry, it's for the homeless and the housed also. So we don't have any restrictions, no barriers. If you're hungry, you're food insecure, come on down and we feed you. And the reason some folks would say, well, how come you haven't gone into any of the programs that are being offered? Well, number one, I can't go into there because none of the programs that Oakland has, or currently Alameda County, allow you to cook under certain intervention agencies like HCEB. They run a prison model, and I say a prison model in the sense that they don't allow you to cook your own food. They in fact, Oakland purchased, excuse me. So the folks at HCEB, like I said, run a prison model. And how I say a prison model is that Oakland recently purchased the Extended Stay America Hotel, which is in Emeryville, and each one of those 121 rooms each had a kitchenette and a TV. HCEB, before anybody moved in, had all the kitchenettes ripped out of every unit at the Mandela House, which is what it's now called. And so the folks are completely dependent upon HCEB for their meals. And HCEB does not have a budget for meals. They rely on donations and coming up with contracts, so to speak, for those meals. And then there's another problem with them. Oakland doesn't pay their bills right now, and so folks in the shelter at HCEB, some not so far at Mandela House, but at many of the other programs, the oversight, the workers, the staff steal the residents' food. And especially the pizzas is the biggest complaint. We hear that all the time from residents at all the different HCEB sites. Haven't had that so far at Mandela House, but it's coming. We know that because folks, usually the food is insufficient, or it's really poorly made, and so a lot of times people end up going hungry even when there's meals available. And that's a problem, and that's why I won't go into any of the Oakland programs here as long as I cannot cook. I can cook for my own. I'm 65 years old. I know how to cook, and I don't need some snot-nosed administrator who's half my age telling me that I can't cook a meal in my own home. So I refuse to do that, as does hundreds and hundreds of other homeless individuals and families out here on the streets. It's unfair. If you want to see if we know how to cook and can operate safely, that's another issue. But to arbitrarily just say nobody cooks and nobody has the ability to cook is very prison-like, and you're predetermining somebody's life. In my case, they would be feeding me meals that would be designated mostly for 30-somethings and maybe even 40-somethings, where as a 65-year-old, I have special dietary needs, as do a lot of seniors that are homeless. And so that's why they cook for themselves. And there are very few fires that happen because, they're cooking for themselves. It's imaginary. The fear that HCEB creates. And until that changes, I can't go into any Oakland program. And this is why I am promoting a new program, self-governance communities, and I'm willing to teach these communities on how to operate, the leadership and the management, and the correct way of operating an HOA, homeowner association type of settlement and housing. And this way, it's going to save the city of Oakland millions of dollars in management fees. Because Oakland tends to spend 10 to 15, $20 million on mismanagement fees, going mostly to HCEB. And that's why we have such a high failure rate here in Oakland with the homeless staying housed. As long as they're housed with HCEB, it's highly likely that they're going to end up back on the streets. Whereas there are other programs that actually provide real housing and continuum of care is very, very difficult to find. But when the program is available, they are highly, highly successful. And that's what we need to move forward in the city of Oakland in order to address the growing homeless population. Thanks for joining me tonight. We'll be right back.